Hey everybody, John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers. Today we're going to be talking about concussions, what they are, how they occur, how they affect you in the present, and how they can affect you for the rest of your life. And most important, what the insurance adjuster doesn't want you to know. Lots to learn. Stick around. Here we go. Hi there, my name is John Michael Bailey and I'm a lawyer with John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Listen, this channel is meant to be informative and educational. It's not legal advice. And although I'm a lawyer, I'm not your lawyer unless you choose to hire me to represent you in your case. We would love for you to do that. And if you do want to hire us to handle your case, you can either follow this link here or the link and more information is in the description below. Over the 45 years that I've been practicing law, I've handled thousands of injury cases of all kinds, including wrongful death, amputation, serious injuries. And in every case that I have handled, there is one theme that has run through every one of them. It's a constant. And that theme is this: that insurance adjuster and that insurance company is going to do everything it can in its power to get you to settle for less than what you deserve. They want to give you pennies and peanuts when you need real dollars for your injuries. Listen, most people will take a check quick because they need the money, and the insurance company knows that, and they will take advantage of you. And most people settle their claim before they know how badly they've been injured. This is why we're making these videos. I've written a book. It's an ebook. It's free, and it doesn't cost anything either. And you can download it by following this link here. And again, we're putting the link in the description. And you can download your copy of it. And these are the hidden injuries that people often suffer from, and they don't know it until it's too late. Now, what we do is in our office, we gather all the evidence of the mechanism of injury because we want to make sure that we understand how you were hurt. Because if we understand how you were hurt, we'll be able to help you find where you're hurt. With that information, we can get you all the medical treatment that your injuries deserve, and we can fight tooth and nail for you to get you all the compensation you deserve. If you've got a lifetime injury, you deserve lifetime compensation. So again, we're going to be going through this book chapter by chapter. The very first chapter that we're going to go through today is on concussions. We'll get into the meat and the potatoes of that in just a minute. But let me just say that if you find this video informational, helpful, or even just not irritating, we would ask that you please like it, subscribe, share, click that little notification button. We understand that there's a grumpy old man that works for YouTube, and his name is Mr. Algorithm, and he stays mad all the time, and he's mad at the entire world. And so what we're trying to do here is try to keep him happy. This is a brand new channel. We're trying to spread information and try to get it out to everybody because knowledge is power, and it just really bothers me when people get taken advantage of. So if you have the knowledge, you have the power, and you're better able to protect yourself. Anyway, please like, please subscribe. And now let's get into what we're going to talk about today, which is concussions. Now, I'm joined today by one of our regulars here on the channel. This is Ralph the Skull. And Ralph the Skull is going to be here to help us understand the things that go on in a collision that is often one of the most underreported injuries that people have, and that is a concussive type injury. Now listen, don't listen to what an adjuster or anybody else will tell you. A concussion is a brain injury. Let me repeat that. A concussion is a brain injury, period. It's not going to go away with aspirin or Tylenol or something like that. Lying down might relieve the pain and the headache for a little while, but it doesn't cure what has happened. This is why the mechanism of injury is so important. If you have been hit in a certain way and your body reacts in a certain way to all the force that was impacted in your car, listen, that force has got to go somewhere, and it goes into your body. And that inertial force that hits your body propels your body in ways that your body is not expecting and is not built to protect you from. So, for instance, in a rear end collision, there's multiple types of reactions that your body can have. First and foremost, your head, if you're the driver, can hit the steering wheel, or your jaw. We'll talk about both of those. Or if the airbag deploys in the front end of your car, it can come out, it can hit you in the face and break your nose. All of these are concussive events. You'll feel dizzy and lightheaded, and if you don't get the proper treatment, bad things can happen. So if it's a side collision one way or another, your head over here, right here, if you're the driver, could hit the B pillar. If you're in the back seat, you could hit the front seat ahead of you, or you could hit the C pillar in your car. Don't worry about all these pillars. I've got plenty of other videos where I'll go through and I'll explain all that to you. But here's what you need to know. The way that God made us, you see right here on the skull, you see it's all nice and smooth. And that God made us that way to ward off blows that would come in like that and be able to keep the blow from going into the interior of the skull. And all that's well and good, but if you take the top of the skull off, thank you for cooperating there, Ralph, this is what the top of the skull looks like. And if you took your finger and whipped it around real quick inside like this, real fast, either this one or this one, you're going to pull up a bloody finger. There's a lot of ridges and bumps and bruises, and the brain itself. Now, I know you know somebody who would say, if you had a brain, you'd take it out and play with it. Well, Ralph's that kind of guy. So let's take the brain out. This is the human brain. Let's put it right here, and let me show you. This is what the interior of your skull looks like, every human skull. And if you can see, there's a lot of bumps and ridges. So if I took my finger and I whipped it around in there real fast, when I came out with it and held it up like that, it would be a bloody finger. The same thing happens to your brain. So there's a particular ridge here, right here in the front, in your temporal lobe. You can tell right there, that's where the body has developed the brain to where it can deal with that. But if the brain is suddenly sent forward and then back again, that's called a coup or a contra coup injury, you're going to get a lot of damage right up through here, up to and including brain bleeds. Now, why are brain bleeds so serious? In your body, if you bleed, your body will reabsorb that blood. And in the most instances, it will reabsorb without any problem. But the problem here is that in the brain, there's no place for swelling, no way for the body to reabsorb that blood other than to take it back in. And the way that the brain does that, it results in holes being left in your brain. That's right. A brain bleed will leave a hole in your brain, just like Swiss cheese. So it's very, very, very important. Let me show you something else too. You see how this is built? It's like a cup. In fact, back in the Middle Ages, a lot of the cruel despots, when they would conquer their rivals, they would make a goblet out of the skull. And they did that because it's shaped like a cup. And so what happens is this brain, like this, sits inside here. And if your body gets shaken either in a whiplash or in a collision where your head hits, or if you're shaken back and forth, what will happen is the bottom part of your brain will stay the same, but the top part will move back and forth. When that happens, that causes something called a brain shear, and it causes a brain bleed, which is bad. And you can find that with a special kind of MRI. And what it does, the MRI, because it's magnetic, it picks up on the iron in the blood. And these things can cause you problems throughout your life, including neurological deficits. Brain injuries are very, very serious. Most people do not understand that they have them, and so they do not report them to the doctor. And so they are unreported, undocumented, and because they're neither reported nor documented, they go uncompensated. And if you do not have a trauma-trained lawyer and a trauma-trained law firm looking after you after a wreck, they're not going to know how to look for it either. So It's very, very important to look for the signs of a concussive injury, and you begin that by looking at the type of damage that was done to your car. That's why in our firm, we are fanatics about getting every bit of physical evidence about your collision and any injury that may have happened to you. Lightheadedness, dizziness, forgetfulness, sensitivity to light. These are all things that you need to be looking for. Concussions are one of the most commonly unreported, undocumented, and uncompensated issues that we see when people call us. And if you've been in a collision, don't wait to call a lawyer. Call them immediately, because as soon as that accident happens, that insurance company is building a case against you. They're taking all that money and all those resources, and they're bringing them to bear against you. You can try to fight them by yourself, but the insurance statistics themselves show that if you do get a lawyer involved in your case, you get 3.5 times more money than you would if you went by yourself. So beware of concussions. They are in every type of collision, from a T-bone to a rear end to a front end. They're also in slip, trip, fall cases, where if you slip and fall in the store, or you trip and fall downstairs, things like that. A lot of times people think, oh, well, I just bumped my head, I'll feel better in a few days. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better. Your body deserves better. Your family deserves better. Get somebody who can help you get the type of medical care that your injuries deserve. Okay, so that's it for now. If you want more information, go into the book and look at it. And then we've got other videos coming up. And if you want me to elucidate and go further and deeper into that, please leave a comment and we'll be happy to do that. Now, that's pretty much everything I'm going to say right now. And so I just want to thank you for listening. I hope that you found this informational. Remember, you can go right here and download the book. Not only is it free, but it doesn't cost anything either. Please remember that we're dealing with that grumpy old man named Mr. Algo Rhythm. So let's do everything we can to keep him as happy as possible. Please like, subscribe, share, send smoke signals to everybody that you know to come check out the channel. We would really like all the help that we can get. Now listen, we love to help injured people. We're open 24/7, 365. We never close. In fact, our motto is, if you're a hurting, then we're a working. You can reach us 24/7, 365, all time. It doesn't matter day or night. We never close. We want to help you. And the first step to getting us to help you, you can begin that process by going to this link right here. Or again, if you're the impatient type like I am, you can pick up that phone and call me right now at 888-WE-FIGHT, and we'll get immediately started on your case. Don't let that adjuster cheat you out of a lifetime of compensation if you've got lifetime injuries. Listen, please, don't you sit there and cry. Pick up that phone and call me now, 888-WE-FIGHT. Together, we'll make that adjuster cry. Doesn't that sound a whole lot better? Sure does to me. All right, everybody. If you're hearing my voice, I wish you peace and joy. And as always, I hope to talk to everybody real soon, and you can call me at 888-WE-FIGHT. Thanks much. 888-WE-FIGHT.